welcome back to my channel. So today we will be making Brookies, which are cookies and brownies mixed together. But before we get started, make sure you hit that big red button which says subscribe, and I'll give you 3 seconds to do it. 1, 2, 3. If you did, give yourself a pat on the back. But without further ado, let's get started. So our ingredients are 1/2 cup of butter softened, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of white sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 egg, 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, but we substituted these for Baker's Premium Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bars. So the first thing you're gonna do is beat the softened butter into a big bowl. You're also gonna put the light brown sugar, the white sugar, and the 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now you're gonna beat it together. Things are gonna get pretty loud. Next, you're gonna beat 1 egg into the mixture. But you need to wash your hands after you crack the egg. More noise. So your mixture should look something like this. Next, in your small bowl, you're gonna mix 1 1/4 cups of flour, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and the baking soda together in this bowl. We're gonna whisk it together. Our whisking is done and it should look something like this. So you're gonna stir this flour mixture into the butter mixture until they are combined. When you're done, remember to grease your 9x13 pan with butter. You're gonna stir your chocolate chips into your big bowl. It should be a pretty thick consistency. Now it should look something like this. Now you're gonna spread the dough onto the bottom of your baking pan. You can use a spatula if you'd like. Remember, your pan has to be greased. Whenever you spread it out, it should look like this. So we're gonna set this pan aside and we're gonna get our ingredients for the brownie batter. Your ingredients for the brownie mixture are 1 cup of white sugar, 1/2 cup of butter melted, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 eggs beaten, 1/3 cup of cocoa powder, 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/8 teaspoon of salt, all mixed together in one little bowl. You're gonna stir 1 cup of white sugar in a big bowl, your melted butter, and your teaspoon of vanilla extract. You're also gonna add 2 eggs. Now mix. It should look something like this. You're gonna mix the cocoa powder into the butter mixture until well combined. This is what makes it have the brownie flavor. I recommend using your electric mixer. More noise. I'm gonna scrape the sides. Now, it is well combined and it should look something like this. You're gonna pour your mixture of flour, salt, and baking powder into the chocolate mixture. And then mix until well combined. We're gonna scrape the sides again. Your chocolate mixture should look something like this. Now we're gonna spread it into our pan on top of the cookie spread. Remember, your oven is still preheated at 350 degrees. We're going to use a spatula for this. Look at that chocolatey goodness. When you're done spreading, your pan should look something like this. If it's messy on the sides, just use a napkin and wipe it off. The edges don't have to be perfect, but at least try and clean them. So we're gonna bake it in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. Remember, the oven is preheated to 350 degrees. Make sure you have a parent around. And I'm gonna put the oven mitts on. So we're gonna bake it for 20 to 25 minutes. We're gonna start with 20 minutes. And make sure you keep an eye on it. So the brownies are ready and I'm gonna take them out. Be very careful on this part. We're gonna check to make sure they are cooked well by putting a toothpick in them. If it comes out with nothing on it, then it's good. But before you eat, make sure you let it cool for at least 5 to 10 minutes. So the brookies are ready and now I'm gonna cut them. Ooh, that looks really good. So here are the brookies. I'm gonna taste them. The chocolate's kind of melted. Thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out to Finley Walton and Brooke Snyder for counting the number of ideas I gave you in my last video. I love you guys. Bye.